Welcome back. We're talking with our political body language expert, Don Corey. Okay, Don.
Okay.
Let's turn to the Senate race
now.
And for those who've seen you here talking about that race before, I don't think you're going to see anything new, but let's take a look at Scott Brown. Now, here he is at a media availability, and he was being questioned about, he had these mini-gaffes. First he said he had met with kings and queens, and they had to walk that back. Then he said he talked all the time to the president and Hillary Clinton, and that wasn't entirely accurate either. And a reporter's asking him, well, are you a serial exaggerator? What do you see in Brown?
Well, I see him, he's much more calm and cool. You see his shoulders are steady. He's got a bit of head movement, but really he's just calm, cool. And I would imagine if we could hear audio that it would be, his vocal pitch and tone would be very steady.
His voice is not rising.
It doesn't rise and
he's not a very smiley character, but he does.
No, but he's being himself.
He's being
himself.
Natural, relaxed.
And he's authentic.
And you don't see his hands at all.
You don't see his hands a little bit, but I think that in this case, he's just being calm, cool, collected, and he's delivering what he needs to deliver in the way he needs to deliver it.
All right. Okay. So let's move on now and take a look at his opponent, Elizabeth Warren. Now here, this was an interview we did with her the other day. Not a contentious interview by any means. It's at her campaign headquarters. What are you seeing here?
Well, you know, she's got the head movements as well, but you see it's more rapid and jerky, and her shoulders are moving a little bit.
Now, why would a jerky head movement be negative?
It would indicate anxiety, fear, perhaps. You know, they're different indicators. They're not full, and maybe there's none of that, but these are indicators that people are going to pick up on whether they're true or not.
So they'll make the voter uneasy? Is that what you're saying?
And I would imagine that her speech and vocal pitch and tone probably rise up and down, as well as the speed at which she's saying versus Scott Brown.
Now, you know, it's funny because to be with her in person, she's very confident. She smiles readily, although you don't see much of it in this interview. And yet you're not seeing, those would be positives, right?
They would be, but even that smile right there, to me, I didn't see a tremendous wrinkling around the eyes, which would indicate perhaps it wasn't
a real sincere
smile, but you don't know for sure.
Right.
The other thing I think you'll find is when the debates start to happen, the polls will start to then be further apart.
Well, the first TV debate, I'm glad you mentioned that, is going to be right here at WBZ on Thursday, September 20th from 7 to 8 p.m. Between now and then, are these two candidates working with body language coaches?
I don't know. I do not know. I would imagine.
You think they should be, right?
They should be.
Yeah?
But who knows?
So you really think it's that important?
Absolutely. I think it will decide who wins.
If the election were tomorrow, you think Brown would win?
Well, I told you that last November.
Yeah, you did. You did. And you're sticking with that?
I'm sticking with that. Yeah. Absolutely. Once people start to pay attention, then he will run away with the swing vote.
Website again? Where
DonCorey.com.
DonCorey.com. Thanks, Don.
Thank you, John.
Always great to see you.
You too.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Keep those hands down. Don't want to see them up here. Thank you.